Hi, Femi here, and welcome to this lesson where, once fully utilized, I witnessed firsthand take so many real estate agents and brokers' businesses to the next level. And what's so funny about it is this thing is so universal and powerful that I actually adopted it in my business first. And once I truly got the handle of it, really helped me take things up a few notches exponentially. And I didn't discover it. It's something that we hear about a lot in the business, but no one really explains how it works. And that's what I'm going to do today. And here in a few seconds, we're just going to jump to my screen and we're going to handle the training there. Just wanted to say hi personally. Hi. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye.
Hey there, welcome to my screen where we're going to handle the training and talk about the number one thing to know in real estate sales. And once this philosophy was adopted and really got burned into the minds of the people that I was working with and I've come across, and myself included, then things really started to take off and really get kicked up a few notches and grow exponentially and massively. So let's jump right in. And that thing is relationships. And I didn't invent this. I'm sure some of you have heard this before. And what I'm going to do today, though, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to add something else to the relationships philosophy to make that be the number one thing. Because without this other thing, then we won't see any real results, right? And at the end of the day, that's what we want to see. We want to see results. And what I mean by results is we want to close more deals. And that's numbers. Now, what do I mean by numbers? Numbers is in high amount and high rate. And without numbers, the relationships philosophy can work, but it won't work to the point where we're going to see any real results. You'll close a deal here, you'll close a deal there, but you won't really get the results that we're talking about. And what I've found from all the wildly successful real estate agents I've worked with or had contact with is real estate sales starts as a relationship business. Your income will be determined by your direct ability to establish relationships. But it doesn't stop there. Without an effort to take action and start a large number of relationships, then the efforts put in won't be enough to see any real results. Think of the amount of action necessary to make a visible change in your physical fitness. Massive actions are required to see any real amount of results. So, just like in an action plan and a philosophy and a mindset adopted for working out, you're ready to go, you got your equipment. If you don't take massive physical action and you conduct the exercises at a high rate daily and consistently, you won't see any real results. You lose a pound here, you lose a pound there, but at the end of the day, you won't be shredded. If being shredded is your goal, right? Now, the individuals that I work with and that I come across, they all want to see results and get massive results. And to get that, we have to adopt the second half, which is the numbers. But without the philosophy of the relationships, what I said in the first paragraph, then the numbers will fall apart too. And this is why both matter just as much. And it kind of leads me into this next thing where people don't buy things, they buy solutions. While purchasing a house may not be a solution to a problem, it is something that will cure a desire or want. Also, life events can make owning a house it also can make owning a house very desirable. It's your job to dig deeper and find out why they want to buy or sell. This is the art of forming relationships. So while buying a house isn't necessarily a solution to a problem, it is a desire or want that many people have. And it's your job to dig deeper and find out why this person wants this, why this person desires this, right? And those things tend to come from their values and their beliefs. And you have to really do the best that you can to find out what those beliefs and values are. Again, it goes back to that relationship philosophy that a lot of us have probably heard before. And you really have to master this and get a handle of this for you to take things to a next level. So, how do I establish a relationship? First, by having a genuine interest in someone. Asking a question like, how may I help you? How may I help you? How are you? Just asking a person how they're feeling that day. Hey, how's it going? What's up? I saw you at the store the other day. How are things? Right? May I serve you? This is a little bit more touchy than how may I help you. When a person sees this, they tend to feel a little bit more like, oh wow, this person wants to serve me. Hey, okay, yeah, sure. I know you're in real estate. This is what I would like to happen. I would like to look at some listings. I would like to know what's going on in the market. Blah blah blah. Right? Listen more, talk less, and this is going to be the skill that once you master will really help take your quote unquote relationship game to the next level. And now these are the numbers. So these are the kind of numbers that we're seeing in terms of conversions, live conversions. And that is, takes about 8 conversations to form one lead. And it takes about 4 leads to get one appointment. And it takes about 3 listing appointments to turn into one sellable listing, one sale. And it takes about 6 buyer's appointments to equal one accepted offer. Again, that's one sale or purchase, right? And the math on listings is it's going to take about 96 conversations with sellers or owners to equal one sale. And how I got that number is I took that 3, multiplied it by the 4, you get 12, and you multiply that by 8, you get 96. And the 192, you get take the 6, you multiply it by the 4, you multiply it by the 8. 6 times 4 is 24, excuse me, times the 8, you get 192. You may say, wow, that's a lot of conversations. It is when you look at the number, but if you have a proper plan, it's not. If you talk to 10 people a day, if you have 10 conversations a day, times 5, if you work 5 days a week, that's 50. In 2 weeks, you got a sale. Another 2 weeks, you have another listing. So if you talk to 10 people a day, every day, 5 days a week for a month, you're going to get 2 listings a month, right? And if you just talk to buyers only, you make 192 conversations. That's about a month's work. Let's call it, 200. Excuse me. That's not 250 times 10 times 50. If you talk to 20 people a day, 20 times 5 is 100, right? And then 100 times 2 is 200. You can get that in about 2 weeks of work as well, but you have to double the amount. So if you talk to 10 people a day, if you talk to 10 buyers a day, and you multiply it by 5, that'll be about a month's work to get one buyer. So if you talk to 10 buyers and 10 sellers per day, every day, 5 days a week for a month, you'll get 2 listings and a buyer. It's 3 closings. So this is where the numbers come into play, right? Okay, I need to form relationships. How many relationships? These are how many relationships you need to form. How do I form that many conversations? Start by talking to people you know, past clients. Ask for referrals. A great question to ask is, who do you know that may need my help? Only ask after you struck a conversation with and and ask how they are. Remember to listen. Always listen. I'm going to talk about listening skills and just listening these next couple slides quite a bit. People do who you do business with, your dry cleaners, restaurants, places that you frequent. If you go work at a coffee shop often, or you got a favorite pizza place, or whatever, wherever you go that you frequent, let these people know that you're in the business of home sales and that you can help people out. Your gym, right? Definitely go there frequently. Any place that you frequent is a place they need to know that you can help them out. Your barber, again, a place that you frequent. Your car salesman, your mechanic, you're going to go there often, hopefully not often at the mechanic, right? But you're going to go there more than once a year, right? Your insurance person, these are huge. Any homeowner insurance clients that they have, if they deem appropriate, you let them know, hey, John Smith, if it's appropriate and you have a homeowner's insurance client that you know is going to sell or probably buy another property and they need a realtor, let me know, right? And that's just talk to everyone, right? Just talk to everyone. Let them all know. Do it within reason. Don't be salesy. Be appropriate, and you'll take things up to another level. Another area is social media. And those of you who know me and who follow me and have had contact with me will know that that's what our firm teaches and we help people with is their social media marketing. And social media is not a secret. Everyone knows that it's huge when done properly, right? Just going there blindly and doing things and pressing buttons and clicking and sending people message, you will go nowhere fast. And that's not what you want to do. But it is another way to form conversation. It is quite powerful and in many instances more powerful than what we call manual prospecting. Manual prospecting meaning face to face. And the first one here we have Facebook, right? You can use ads. You can use ads to form new connections and form new conversations with people and form new connections to put you in a position to form new relationships, right? Your friends network, people who you're already friends with. You can send them private messages. You can engage with their content and people that engage in your content. And same thing with groups. You would like to engage in conversations in your local groups, right? It wouldn't make much sense if you're in St. Louis to be in a group with, West Coast, whatever, West Coast something something group, and that group is located in San Diego, and you're in there blasting your business card that you're a realtor in St. Louis. I mean, yeah, you may get a referral, but that's maybe once a year, right? You want to do it and keep it local. LinkedIn. Those a lot of you may have known me from LinkedIn, and we can run ads there. You can run ads there. You talk to your connections, private messaging, and same thing, groups, same concept as Facebook. And then we have Instagram, right? Private messaging and engaging with other people on posts. Again, try to keep it as local as possible for obvious reasons. And Facebook right now is the largest platform amongst all the other ones. There are a couple others out there, but not necessarily effective for real estate prospecting, right? Places to form relationships to where you can form conversations like YouTube, right? You can post a video, but you're not going to use that to really form a conversation, right? It's just another platform to kind of spread a message. Um, and yeah, Facebook is the largest platform out there, over 2 billion users, and all across all net worths, high net worth, um, mid net worth, quote unquote, normal net worth. They're all on Facebook, right? And this can be time consuming and frustrating without a proper guide or plan. What's that saying, right? He who fails to plan plans to fail. And if you don't have a proper, I'm going to say it again, if you don't have a proper plan for this, you will fail and you will become quite frustrated. So it's important for you to have that plan in place, and that guide in place so you can prosper and you won't be frustrated. And not only just with your time and your sanity, but money wise, right? There are a lot of things that you can do with these platforms that cost money that do work. But if you don't know what you're doing, you'll fail miserably. And remember to try and form relationships and not be salesy, right? Again, you do not want to be salesy. You want to form relationships. And you don't want to be this person. Want to buy a house? How about now? What about tomorrow? Don't want to be this person. Like I mentioned, humans were very complex and smart creatures. We will know, right? Have you ever walked into a place and just been hounded by a salesperson? And even if they didn't say much, you just know they just wanted to sell you something. And if we pick that up, we're not going to want to work with you, even though we know you're a realtor, even though we know if we're a buyer, we're not really paying for the service. We just don't want to be sold, right? And you would like to be more like this gentleman. See, he just seems more in a listening capacity, listening to the young lady's questions or answers. He's asking questions, right? And he's probably listening. And listening is important, right? And you want to be genuine, and you want to listen some more, You want to find out why they want to buy or sell, ask more questions, listen, and just listen. Listening is, like I said in the previous slides, it's extremely important. And listening skills, if you can focus on one thing to really tighten up your relationship building skills, is your listening ability. And the higher skills you have in listening, the better you'll be at forming relationships. And that aspect of this philosophy that I'm teaching today will be taken care of. And then you have to get on the numbers, and that's forming conversations. And if you choose to go the manual route, those areas that I talked about there. And if you intend to go the electronic route, the areas that I talked about with the social media and the online platforms, right? So again, it's relationships and numbers. No one is more important than the other, because a person who's very transactional, they'll close a couple deals here or there, but they'll be expending a lot of energy because no one will really stay loyal to them. They won't get any referrals, they won't get any repeat business. And the same thing goes with the relationships person. If they just only focus on relationships without focusing on numbers, they'll close some deals here or there, but because there's not enough activity, then they won't really see the results that make it worthwhile to be a realtor, right? If you're just closing a deal here or there and you get these chunks and these commission checks and chunks, it feels good for a moment, but it's not really worthwhile, right? And that's like those results that we're talking about when you're getting fit, right? If you're losing a pound here and you're losing a pound there, yeah, in 10 years, if you're losing a pound a month for 10 years, what's that up? 12 pounds a year, that's 120 pounds. Obviously, that's a lot of weight, right? But you wouldn't lose that much. But the point that I'm trying to make is in the long run, sure. And if you're a realtor, if you're closing one deal a month and you're making 6 grand, if you're not touching that money, sure, in 10 years, it would be a lot. But we're not really after those kinds of results. We're looking for that 6 grand times three, four, or five, or even sometimes 10 if you're using the proper channels. And some of these channels that we've talked about, you can achieve those kinds of numbers. But anyway, you have to really adopt both to really um, get your business to the next level. And again, real estate sales start as a relationship business. Your income will be determined by your direct ability to establish relationships, but it doesn't stop there. Without an effort to take action and start a large number of relationships, then the efforts put in won't be enough to see any real results. Think of the amount of action necessary to make a visible change in your physical fitness. Massive actions are required to see any real amount of results. So, like I said, you want to adopt both of these sides of the philosophy to form one whole philosophy to really drive things home. And the better handle you get on that, the better handle you have of it, the better ability you'll have to close lots of deals at a very high rate, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it. So that's it for this training. If you liked it, send me a message. You can reply to this email or send me a message on LinkedIn. We've probably connected before. So again, hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.